What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to this guide to the best cheap central midfielders in FIFA 15. Now, all of these players are going to have a minimum potential of 80, they've got a maximum overall of 73 as well, and in this video I'm just going to show you the recommendations, so make sure you head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com for the full article with all the players that meet those criteria. Not just the recommendations. And also I'm still doing the Scouting God contest, so the deadline for that is the 31st of October. If you found an amazing youth player, make sure you take a picture and enter the competition by sending it leaving it in the comments for this video, or tweeting it to hashtag ScoutingGod, or leave the picture on the Facebook page as well. Like I said, the deadline will be 31st October. Has some great entries, so keep them coming. Now, let's have a look at the recommendations for this article today. And first of all, we have got Youri Tielemans. This guy here, he starts with 73 overall. He's got 88 potential. He's one of the highest potential players in the game, 88 potential, and he's just 17 years old. Plays for RSC Anderlecht in Belgium. Your scout will come back with a valuation of £1.6 million, but they want an almighty £14.5 million for him. As you can see, I managed to whittle that down to £10.2 million. You may be able to get a bit lower as well than that. His wages are £8,000. He's got a 2-year contract at Anderlecht. He is right-footed with a 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, and he has the flair trait as well, which means he can do extra flicks and fancy passes, that kind of thing. Now, the reason why I'm recommending him is not just because of his incredible potential. I mean, he is going to be one of the best players in the game. He's already the best 17-year-old in the game by an absolute mile, but he also has some outstanding stats. If you look here, his passing is really good. It's pushing on 80 for long and short passing. And his vision is good as well, so he's going to be creating loads and loads of chances for your players. His tackling isn't bad, so you can leave him as a sort of deep lying player where he can win the ball back, but as well as that, his shooting is pretty decent. His long shots are not bad at all, so he could be scoring goals and you can push him further forward if that's what you feel like you need to do. He has half decent pace as well, and his dribbling is excellent, so sitting just behind a striker, he could be very dangerous there. And even his crossing is good as well, so you could put him out wide if you need. This flexibility is really useful, and by the time he gets near his potential, he's just going to be so good at so many different things. He's a fantastic all-rounder, so I would absolutely recommend him if you have the cash to spend. Now, if you're looking for a similar player but don't have that much money, I recommend you look at this guy here, Gonzales. He plays for Atlas in Mexico, and he's got 70 overall, 83 potential, and he's 19 years old. And as you can see, I got him for £2.9 million. They wanted £4.3 million, so that's quite a good reduction as well, and his wages are just £3,000. And for that, you get a very similar sort of player. He's good at passing, decent shooting, decent tackling as well. He's got good pace. He's basically a very good all-rounder. The type of player that Tielemans is, not quite as high potential, but much more affordable. So if you can't afford Tielemans, consider Gonzales. Now, my next recommendation is this player below, Tony Vilhena. He plays for Feyenoord in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. He has 73 overall, 84 potential. He's 19 years old. Scout has a valuation of £1.7 million, but Feyenoord want £5 million. That's not bad at all. I got him for £3.4 million. That's a real bargain. His wages are £20,000. He's got a 2-year contract at Feyenoord. Left-footed, 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, and like Tielemans, he has the flair trait as well. And he is the type of player you should get if you're looking for someone who is more attack-minded, a central midfielder who likes to get forward and can score you a few goals as well. So he has 72 finishing, for example. He's going to be very deadly in the box if he gets forward there. 70 long shots as well, so he can score from distance too. His dribbling and crossing are very good as well, and 80 ball control. He is going to be really good on the ball, going forward, whether he's out wide or down the middle. He's got half decent pace as well, and his strength is fairly decent as well, so he can hold his own going forward. So like I said, he's the type of player you want to get if you're looking for someone who is going to be scoring you goals and brings that extra attacking talent to the central midfield role. And he's very cheap as well. Like I said, £3.4 million, very good bargain for someone with 84 potential. Now, my final recommendation is this player here, Adrien Rabiot. He is more of a sort of deep-lying playmaker sort of type of player. 77 strength. he's going to be good at winning the ball back, but he can also hold his own. So if someone comes to take the ball off him, he's big and he's strong, he's going to be able to hold on to it, and that gives him an extra chance to get off a good pass. And he has got very, very good passing. He's got the best passing out of any player I'm recommending here. 79 short passing and 77 long passing, 75 vision as well. So he's going to be picking out passes long and short, so you can basically win the ball back off the attacker and then instantly get an attack started. And if you decide to push him a bit further forward as well, he's going to be attracting lots of tackles, but his good strength is going to be able to hold them off. So he's going to be very useful going forward there. So for some of his stats here, he's got 73 overall, 83 potential. He is 19 years old. You can get him from PSG in France. Your scouts valuation is £1.7 million. PSG only want £3.5 million for him because he's only got a 1-year contract. So I got him for £2.5 million, which for that overall and that potential, that is a real snip, a really good bargain. His wages are £40,000. He is left-footed with 3-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves. So like I said, if you're looking for the sort of deep-lying playmaker, someone who's going to be strong, can win the ball back and then straight away get an attack started, he's one to consider, and his price is very reasonable for the type of player you get. Now, next up, I'm going to show you how these players look after 3 years of development, just to give you a bit of a better idea of what they're like after a few years of growth and development on your team. Okay, now we're going to have a look at Keyles and Gonzales after 3 years of growth. I just sim forward these 3 seasons, so it's all selections by the computer. I didn't choose which games to play them in, so it's just to see how much they've grown really. So as we can see here, Keyles up to 80 overall, really good growth there. So he's grown 7 points and he's become a very handy player. 80 overall at 20 years old is an exceptional overall for that age. And if you have a look at his stats, he is very accomplished in lots of different things. So his passing is fantastic. He's got 84 vision, 82 short passing and 82 long passing. Very soon he's going to get the playmaker speciality, which is a requirement for getting the complete midfielder speciality, so he's well on his way to that. His dribbling is also excellent at 82, so he's close to getting the dribbler speciality as well. His tackling has been growing fairly well. It's still not as good as the rest of his stats, but it's not bad at all. But his other technical stats are very good as well, very decent at long shots, free kick accuracy as well, so that combined is going to make him very deadly at dead ball situations. Good crossing again, like he had before we started, so he's still useful on the wing. And like I said before we started this, he's a very useful all-round player in lots of different areas. Now, we'll have a look at Gonzales as well. So he was the cheaper alternative if you couldn't afford Keyles. A similar player is Gonzales, and he's just had a really good season. He's grown up 4 in this one season. And he's now up to 78 overall, so he's grown 8 points overall. And technically speaking, he is very similar to Keyles. So he is very good at dribbling, very good at passing. He's got a decent long shot on him as well, and he's good at free kicks, so he can be scoring you a few goals as well. Like Keyles, tackling isn't his speciality, so with both of these players, I wouldn't perhaps play them in a deep lying role as often as I would put them forward. But one very good thing about Gonzales, as you can see at the top, his physical stats have been growing really well, and that's been going on every season that I simmed through. They've all been growing very well. So now he's got very decent strength, but he's also pretty quick as well. So he should be able to hold his own and get past defenders. Very agile as well, great balance, and also fantastic stamina. So he should be able to last all game. So you can play him lots of games in a row, and that'll help him grow more quickly. So with both of these players, you can see very accomplished technically, and Gonzales is a good alternative to Keyles if you can't afford him. Now here is Rabiot after 3 years worth of growth, and he is filling out into that deep lying playmaker role really nicely. His vision has increased massively, 86 vision now, that is absolutely superb, and his passing is really good as well. So he's going to be picking up passes long and short all over the pitch. His interceptions have gone up really well as well, and his reactions are good too, so he's going to be breaking up the play and defending well, and he'll do that and then start attacks of his own. So he's a really good player, like I said, if you're looking for a deep lying playmaker. Okay, so this is Vilhena after 3 years of growth. Now he's grown really fast, so don't be surprised if he doesn't quite grow as quickly with you, but the main point of this is to see how he is at this sort of level. So he may take a couple more years to get to that this sort of overall with you, but this should give a good idea of what he's like when he gets to about 81 overall. So as I said before I started, he's mainly an attacking player. And that's kind of borne out here. He's got really good crossing, dribbling, ball control, really useful stats for going forward. His short passing is excellent. He's going to be really good at creating chances if you play him like as an attacking midfielder, just behind the strikers. He should be playing in lots of great passes with his short passing and 87 vision as well. He's got a really powerful long shot as well, so he can score from distance if you play him there as well. Now his tackling isn't quite as good, which is what I said before we started this. He's mainly an attacker, he's not really a holding player. So if you want that type of player, go for Rabiot rather than Vilhena. But if you're looking for a central midfielder who can go out and score you goals and create goals as well, this is a really good option because he is really good across the board when it comes to attacking stats. Now, I'll wrap it up there today, guys. Make sure you visit FIFAscoutingtips.com for the full article with all the players, not just my recommendations. It's every player who has a minimum potential of 80 and a maximum overall of 73. That's just to keep the give back a good number of players, but also keep the cost down as well. So they're all pretty cheap players. Make sure you leave any suggestions for players that you found to be really good as well, if you've got any recommendations yourself. And if you've got any ideas for what you want me to do on this channel in the future or for other videos, please do let me know that as well. Don't forget the Scouting God contest ends on the 31st of October, so you've still got a bit of time. If you found any really good youth players, make sure you take a picture and send it in. Leave it in the comments for this video or send it to me at FIFA Scouting on Twitter using the hashtag ScoutingGod, and you can also leave the picture on my Facebook page as well. If you can get a picture whether in the academy or just promoted, that would be ideal. So make sure you enter that. Still about 10 or 11 days left for that one, and make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching again.